I seem to be okay in generating leads, but I'm having trouble closing them. I'm working with a sub 2 student, but it sometimes just seems like the offer isn't good enough. What are your thoughts? There's multiple things that we have to be looking at when we're trying to get deals. First of all, what we want to be looking at is what expectation are we setting for ourselves with the deals that we're trying to get. We have to understand how many people we need to really talk to actually be able to get a deal under contract, right? But generally across the board, about 1 in every 50 leads that you generate, especially when you're newer, should be able to convert into a contract. It's not every single lead source type. I'm just giving a general rule of thumb nationwide. What we see when people are newer in their business, about 1 in 50 leads converts into a contract. So you got to ask yourself, and anybody else that's listening that's having the same issue, how many leads have you generated? Not just someone that says they're interested in selling, but they have to have a motivation, a real timeline. They will be selling, condition of the property, and then they have to give you at least a ballpark of price, right? Those 4 things we're going to consider a lead in our system. What you want to look at is how many of those do you have in your database? When you look at that, if you have yet to do a deal, look at how many leads have you generated? Where are you at? If you're over 50, you may just not be very good at closing. And if you're, just a little bit over 50, it's like continue generating leads. And if you're in Jasper's situation where you're not great at closing sellers, like for myself, for example, I don't really like doing sales, and I didn't really enjoy doing the closing when I had my real estate investing business first starting. But I did it because it was a necessary evil to just get my business going as soon as I possibly could. And, that's when Pace and I linked up together with our businesses, is I was able to lean on him to do the closing. So what Jasper's saying is he's squatted up with a sub 2 student of Pace's and is trying to have them help close the deal. And so the thing you have to realize, Jasper and everybody else, is when you're attempting to get deals under contract, the challenge is if you're not tracking the activity that you're doing, you're unable to actually be able to know how good you're doing or how bad you're doing, because you want to be tracking, okay, how many leads have I gotten? How many times have I called these leads? How many offer attempts have I tried to make on those? If you don't have any of that data, it's hard for you to be able to make any changes. It's kind of like going to the gym and like you're working out really hard and then you're eating crap food every day and you're working really hard going to the gym, but you're not tracking the important component of what actually changes things within your body, which is going to be your diet. And so you could be working really hard trying to generate leads, talking to some sellers, but if you're not tracking and paying attention to what you're actually doing in your business, you're going to be unable to make intelligent decisions around what you need to change. Because what you may need to change is you just need to make more calls on a daily basis. Or maybe what you need to change is that you need to generate more leads, right? And when it comes to the offer not being good enough, most of the time, people are not going to take your offer. Notice how I said on, around 1 in 50. So that means, Jasper, that you would have had to have 49 people you attempted to give an offer to, or you attempted to create some creative finance terms with that said, no, you're crazy, you're stupid for giving me a low offer, you're an idiot, no one would ever take that type of offer. That's what you have to go through to be able to get to that other side where you actually get a deal done. It's a numbers game.